Welcome to this podcast from Stratfor, leader in global intelligence.
The headline in the tabloid newspaper in the airport lounge screamed at me, "It's over." Oh, well, I thought, the end of yet another celeb relationship. These stories are a dime a dozen. But the headline wasn't about Hollywood or a pop star. It was about what people call the GFC. The subheading explained it. Global financial crisis killed by unbridled optimism. Can this really be true? Welcome to Stratfor, I'm Colin Chapman. Last week has been peppered by all kinds of good signs. Stock market bulls have pushed the S&P 500 within striking distance of 1,000 as positive numbers from global concerns like Japan's second largest automaker Honda, the pharmaceutical giant AstraZeneca, and US mobile phone maker Motorola have lifted spirits. Home prices have also recovered a bit in the United States and a number of other countries. Some are even talking of a recovery now being V-shaped, in other words, a sharp bounce back, rather than a W, where you get a bit of a bounce followed by a setback, followed by another bounce, and so on. But closer inspection seems to indicate there's still a long way to go. Many of the decent corporate results are the result of vigorous cost-cutting, especially of labour, rather than rising sales. Unemployment is still rising in the majority of OECD countries, sapping morale as well as adding to public spending. The stock markets point to better times ahead, but in many countries the real economy is still struggling. Things are not always as they seem. There's both anecdotal and real evidence for this. In the past month, I've taken a dozen airline flights, both long and short haul, on a variety of airlines. All but one of these flights have been full, but each of the airlines are losing shed loads of dollars despite cutting capacity and staff. In the world of madcap airline economics, full planes don't mean big profits, or any profits at all, if your costs are too high and your price is too low. In Europe, where I visited 3 countries, France, Germany and Britain, unemployment is still rising and continues to go up, and there's visible evidence of the problems in the "to let" signs up in many retail outlets and industrial premises. But even then, the numbers don't tell the whole story, for the big problem in Europe is youth unemployment. According to Eurostat, the EU Statistics Office, youth unemployment in the 16-country Eurozone is now 18.4%, which is well over double the rate for the workforce as a whole. In Germany, the biggest economy in Europe, youth unemployment is 10%. Places where it's really bad are the Baltic states and Spain, the worst affected country, where 1/3 of the workforce under 24 years of age are without jobs. Unions are warning policymakers that job prospects for the young can only get worse, raising the spectre of social unrest, rising crime and violence. But reading the political fallout from all of this isn't easy. In Germany, the centre-right Chancellor Angela Merkel looks destined to improve her position at next month's general election at the expense of the leftist Social Democrats. Britain's socialists are on the way out. The left doesn't seem to be gaining, at least not in Europe, where recovery is still some way off. The worst may be over for business, but unbridled optimism there certainly is not. Thanks for listening today. I'm Colin Chapman. I'd be delighted if you'd join me again tomorrow for our special weekend edition. And we'd be delighted also if you'd take a free trial of Stratfor and look at all the benefits of membership at www.stratfor.com. Bye for now.